Face Sensei back with another video. It is about time. I am back for good. I promise. Face Jasper's also here, all the way from Holland, from the Netherlands. Okay, and he also bought a shirt, so I'm gonna throw that on right now. It's like an athletic feel. I was not expecting this. Perfect fit, bro. Perfect.
Oh my god, nice shirt, bro. Where'd you get that?
I wonder where, dude. I wonder where.
What up? Does fit nice.
That's what I'm saying. So let's look at DEJI's training footage. We're here to look at DEJI's new training footage. He is back. He is training at least. Anthony Joshua's gym. Okay, not much to go off of, right? This little combination, nice and light. Right, skill-wise, looks pretty similar to what we've seen before, but he looks in better shape, right? If we rewind to the Vinny Hacker fight, some of the pictures of weigh-ins, right, how his physique during the fight and his overall fitness, you can tell he was not in cardio shape. He was not lean. He was not ready for a boxing match, definitely. So he looks in a lot better shape. He seems to have lost some weight, so maybe he's been doing some running, been taking that more seriously, and that is the thing we want to see. We know the community was tough on him on his last fight. Obviously, people were saying he should retire. He shouldn't box anymore, because this is the second fight that he had where cardio and endurance and fatigue was the main issue. Now, there was COVID, and you can come up with all the excuses, but that was the main issue, and that's why he underperformed. And during the first fight with Jake, right, I think everyone was surprised by DEJI's performance. We were proud of him. We thought he overachieved in a sense, because a lot of people thought, Jake's probably going to beat him, and we underestimated DEJI. And we thought, man, if DEJI was just in shape, he probably could have taken him. He was landing some good shots, but you can tell he was just exhausted, right? I think the fight ended with DEJI on his feet, right? There was no knockdowns. So it was one of those where he was just too tired to fight back. Now, I had done some sparring with DEJI prior to the Jake fight when he was first starting. Jasper, rewind the footage. Show the people. Oh man. Oh no, there it is.
Elbows, bro.
I got caught by a couple of shots. Obviously no Vaseline, no head, no stuff. I got bruised a little bit. No. Come on. No.
That's it. So why you stand? Elbows in. Jab. Boom. That's it. Hit me. That's it. Elbows in. Elbows in. Elbows in.
That some of those punches got through. I felt those.
Bend your knees. Bend your knees. That's it. I can walk forward. You can't walk back.
Now, he had some pretty good skills, especially for an amateur, pretty raw in terms of his technique, but he showed some promise. The one thing in terms of sparring is he didn't really have that dog in him, right? He was really looking for a way out. Boxing is very difficult and very challenging, and the difference between DEJI and JJ and where the tension lies between them two is that dog mentality, right? That willing to push through hard trainings, hard workouts, long runs, and push through hard sparring matches. That's what was missing in DEJI's training to prepare him for tough fights. And JJ had that, and that's where the tension began with JJ and DEJI. DEJI not training as much, and JJ really wanting him to see him do well and knowing that he had to push. And that's what also pushed DEJI out of camp with Vidal, right? And that's what's leading me to the big difference here. DEJI needs a camp, okay, that's going to push him when he doesn't want to work, right? That's going to challenge him and do all the things that a boxing camp or a coach is supposed to do. However, they have to be willing to do what Vidal did, which is drop him if he's not going to do it. And that's what Vidal did. Vidal said, listen, if you're not going to do it, then I'm not going to be in your corner. I'm not going to coach you. I'm not going to represent you. I'm not going to put you out there. You can't convince me or pay me to put you out there at risk if I don't feel like you're ready. And that's what DEJI needs. He needs a team that's not going to let him cut corners, not going to let him take any shortcuts, and it's going to refuse to put him out there unless he is prepared physically, right, with fatigue, not just mentally and just with some technique and some power shots. He has to be prepared physically, and he needs a camp that's going to do that. So what I'm hoping with this camp and with this team is that it's going to not put so much on DEJI to make sure he's doing his runs. That, we heard before DEJI say that they would have him, tell him, do his 3 mile runs, do his, his mile runs, do his uphill runs, right? Do his distance runs. And he would lie to them. He would say he was doing it, but he wasn't, right? To get out of it. So it shows up in your physique, right? It's not enough for your camp or your team to say, well, I told him to do it and he wasn't doing it, right? It shows when you're holding mitts. It shows when you're sparring. It shows in your body. So if this camp holds him to it, I really think if we can see DEJI at his full potential, I think that's good enough. I think at this point, DEJI, his performances have been underwhelming and disappointing because we know he has more potential. So if he can put together an awesome camp and get in great shape and prove to himself that he can get in great shape and have him prove to himself that he can go through a training camp and go through the hard work, that's going to be remarkable for him personally in general, let alone, win or lose. Obviously, you want to fight and train for the win. That's what you're going to do. But I think that would be awesome because even if let's say he does train, right, and he wins, but he's not in great shape, he doesn't perform at his best, it's still underwhelming. It's still disappointing in a certain way. So I'm excited to see him training. I'm excited to see that he looks in shape. It looks a lot leaner. That's what we're looking for. A lean DEJI, someone that can move around and be nimble and have some good cardio and use that endurance. I think that'll be huge for him, just personally and mentally and emotionally, because it's obviously a big challenge for him, a big mountain for him to climb. So if he can overcome that and make the walk prepared, confident, and ready, and go the distance with somebody, regardless of the outcome, I think it's going to be a good day for DEJI and for all of his fans. So hyped to see him back. The skill looks pretty similar, but he's always had pretty good skill. That will come in time. I'm not too concerned with that. It's just gotta get him on the road, running, sparring, hitting the bag, staying in shape. If he can do that, he'll be a monster, right? And I think he has a lot of potential. I think, man, he has the potential to beat Jake the first time. So much potential he has. Hopefully he does everything he needs to do and fulfills that. And I hope to see some more sparring or training footage, and maybe we can get a rematch between me and him in the sparring. That would be awesome to see him at his peak form. Leave a like and subscribe. I'll make another video soon. I want to talk about the Logan and Tyson thing because that has some crazy variables to it. I know Logan was saying he can beat him. I know JJ said that Logan can beat Tyson, but I think there's a little more to it. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe. Oos, 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 oos.